Hello fellow fish nerds, this is Mitch with Scruffy City Aquatics. Thought I would do a quick video showcasing this 10-gallon that is in my bedroom. This tank has been my quarantine tank for a few years now, and it's hosted a number of fish that have come into our home before they've gone to other tanks. And this is no different. This tank has housed, I've had several fish in here. I kept some endlers in here and some guppies in here for a while, and I moved the majority of the endlers out except for the fry, and the fry have grown up quite a bit. And then I also moved a trio of my swordtails over here to see if I could get just watching what the fry look like that come from these three. And the 75 is full of swordtails. I need to get rid of some. So I brought some over here, and then I received the Orange Venezuelen Corydoras, which you can see on the bottom. We'll get some close-ups of them here in a moment. I got those, and they have been doing great. Then most recently, I end up with a killifish. Actually a couple, a male and a female. And he was just on the center of the screen. The female tends to stay at the top of the tank. So we'll come in close. Now, the reason why I'm doing this today, this is kind of a before and after. You can see I've moved some plants over here. I'm going to move some more and get this thing a little bit thicker with plants. I've got plenty of plants in the 75. I've got to start removing some plants from the 75. And they'll be going to other tanks, and so they'll be coming over here. But let's get some close-ups. We'll start over here with the midwater as they drop below us, but you can see this pineapple swordtail right over here coming towards us. I did just feed these, so there's a little bit of food still in the water column. But I love these swordtails. My pineapples tend to have some orange to them. They've moved out of frame now, but the female has a lighter orange and the male has a very bright orange. And then there's another female right here, that's a guppy, right here, just above where you can see. There she is. So she's dropped down now in the middle of the screen. You can see the females look a lot like platies. There's my killie. But you can see there's still some fry in here. These are endler guppy fry. They'll be moved once they get a little bit bigger. There's that male swordtail. He was the smallest swordtail, but he was very colorful in the 75. So that's why I moved him out. I wanted to see him grow, see how much bigger he would get away from the 75 and all the large swordtails that he'd be competing with. So he's in this 10-gallon, just enjoying life, always chasing one of the females. And as you can probably see, both of these females, well, that female is very pregnant, and the other female, the paler one, she's got a gravid spot, but she's not overly big yet. She's just below where the camera is right now. So let's drop down, go down to the substrate. I believe this fish is called a Gardneri killie. Tanner also got a couple of pairs of them, and I'm hoping, I'd really like to see these breed. They've shown some interest in one another. The female is circling at the top, so we'll get some images of her in a moment. She stays at the top. There's food up there right now. I haven't really done a lot of studying on what to expect with these as they mature and begin to breed. If there's anything that you would recommend, feel free to put it in the comments. Any videos or websites, any resources that you think would be beneficial. These will probably stay in the 10-gallon even once the cories move. The plan is to move the green cories over to the 20 and then also dispersing a number of them, because at this point I've probably got close to 3 dozen of my green cories. But I'm going to share them around, and I will move some, specifically that first batch of fry that we hatched on this channel and raised up. They are starting to breed. I'm gonna move them over to the 20-gallon because those are mine. I collected the eggs, I raised up the fry, and I put them in that 25 gallon. They've had a nice life. They're very skittish though. They stay in the back. All right. And of course, when I do that, he goes off screen. I do plan on removing the internal filter from this tank. I really don't like it. I don't like using it. I'll probably pass it on to someone else. I mean, it's a good product. I just don't like cleaning it. I don't like taking care of it. It's a hassle to get in and out. You have to unplug it, and it starts releasing stuff into the water column before I can bag it and get it out. Plus, it's got the suction cups that do a tremendous job of holding it to the glass, which means it's very difficult to get it out. So all the way around, I just don't like it. I'd rather run a sponge filter. Honestly, if you were in our last live stream, you saw that I received one of the new Aquarium Co-op uplift tubes with a directional flow. I love that thing, and I will be putting one in here. So once they're available, that will go in here, and it'll be a game changer, I think, for this tank. Right now, it's got too much filtration. It doesn't have too much flow. None of the fish really have a hard time with it. But I just don't like, you can see there's stuff, I don't know if I can get my finger, there's stuff back here on that filter intake. It needs to be cleaned right now. But yeah, the Orange Venezuelen Corydoras, I got them from Peplin Creek Aquatics. They are amazing. I love them very much. Y'all know how excited I was to get them. And I got one right here in the middle of the screen. And he swims off. They're all over the place right now. They all just got fed, so they're exploring, looking for the last little bits of food. I do still have all 9. We got 3 over here. 4. We got 4, 5. There's one in the background. So I got 5 in this shot right now. Maybe another one over there underneath the filter. You see these guys very happy, always searching around. I got one little runt right here. You see this one right here, smaller than the others. And I have one that has a damaged fin, and that happened at time of release. He got caught in the net, and trying to get him out, we damaged his fin. And oh, he's right here. He's this one right here. You can see he's still good size, but that pectoral fin is misshapen, has never straightened out. You know, I've tried to keep watch on it, make sure it didn't get infected or anything like that. He can move it a little bit, I'm seeing, but yeah, it's damaged. Doesn't seem to really struggle any more than any others. Yeah, fairly soft substrate, nothing there to worry about with him trying to settle. The flow's not too much, so I think he does pretty good. I've been trying to feed these guys plenty of food, make sure they're growing, make sure they're happy. As you can see in the background, water currently at 72 degrees. This heater back here has been exceptional. I love it. I have tested to see if it's accurate on the temperature, and it has been. So it's a cheap heater on Amazon. I got it as part of the Amazon Vine program, so I did not buy it, full disclosure. It was given to me by Amazon in order to provide a review for this company. And the company has no say in the review, so it's an impartial review. I'll probably do a video on it sometime soon. As you can tell, it is a similar style heater to the Aquarium Co-op one. I have no doubt the Aquarium Co-op one is just as good, if not better. I would like the digital display to be green, though. I don't like the red digital display. The green would just kind of hide, especially once I plant this even thicker. I did see that female. She's right above where the camera is right now. I'd love for her to drop down. The male's hanging out in the middle right now of our image. Let's see if we can get her. All right, there she is at the top. You can see there's still some food up there. Tried to make some of it a powder so that the fry could get a hold of it. She does hang out at the top more than the male. The male's all over the tank. He likes to hang out in the back. He likes to hang out in the front. He likes to sit in the middle of the column. I'll find him near the substrate. And I'll find him at the top, but most of the time she's at the top. You can see this tank, the water was very clear until I fed, it got stirred up. But you can see this tank does have some algae in it. I'm not worried about the algae. It's helping keep everybody nice and comfy, taking up some nutrients. I do pull it out occasionally. It was real thick. And it looks like up there in the corner, got a plant floating up here. I need to get back in the substrate, but yeah, it's doing well. Everything's doing well. All of my fish, I've had 0 casualties in here. Nothing has been lost. And I love that. Here, let's talk about plants for a little bit. This back here, I forget what it's called. It starts with a C. I can't remember. I'll look it up and I'll put it here on screen so that you all know. It did come from one of my local fish stores, and I'm pretty confident it came from Destin's. So yeah, it's a favorite of mine as far as a good stem plant that grows in a lot of situations. These are from cuttings from the 75. The 75 has CO2 and a high light, and I moved them over here, and they're actually growing pretty good. So no complaints here. They seem to be doing really well in this tank. A little bit of holes. You can see the holes in some of the leaves. Not on this one, but over on the other side. That one has some holes. So I need to up the fertilizer. Let's see what else is in here. I do have some chain swords in here, as well as some dwarf Sagittaria. It's kind of hard to tell what's what until it gets a certain size. I believe everything up here is dwarf chain swords. You can see there's a little bit too much flow for this one right here. Probably move that. Middle of the tank. Of course, I do plan on moving the filter, so who knows. I have put some crypts in here. They've not taken off real great. They are not melting back, but not growing real great. And there is some moss in here too. You see a lot of Java moss all around. And then these piece of driftwood I've had for a while. This piece right here came from JT. I got it at the aquatic market. JT always brings in some great wood from the local area. It did float for a very long time, and I just let it float in here and eventually sunk before I got the cories. And I put it down the bottom and poured the substrate over it so that it would hold it, keep it down, make sure it didn't float back up. Behind this piece of driftwood, you do see a pretty rough Amazon sword. It's one of the swordlets that came off of one of my mother's swords. I have several at this point, many sword plants. But yeah, it's not done that great. I need to get some more substrate for this tank. I have it. I just need to add it. But it's not very deep, so I haven't put root tabs in here yet, and this hasn't been in there all that long. But as you can see, swords really need root tabs. And I'm not going to cut these leaves off. I'm just going to let it kind of eat them. There's plenty of snails in here and stuff, so I find there's a cory back there on it right now. They like the broad leaves. This plant will eventually take off. Since I'm planting today, I may add some substrate today. There's a few more crypts, but they're floating, so I need to get them back in, but they're doing well. So yeah, that's this tank. This is actually a little longer than I'd planned on, of course, as usual. This is the 10-gallon. It is a grow-out tank currently, which it's been a grow-out tank many times. Currently waiting on these cories to grow out, and currently removing endlers that keep breeding in it. And the killies are in here while I learn. I doubt the killies ever live in this tank. They'll probably stay here. But yeah, I'll have some more updates on the 75, the 25, the 20, the 3, and maybe even the other 3. Or I think it's a 3. Which I'm trying to get some shrimp started in. And we may look at the ponds too. It's wintertime, so the ponds look rough. I didn't have enough time this year to take care of the ponds, so we didn't do a lot of videos with them. But there will be a pond update so that you can see where they're at going into winter. Yeah, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you would share it, that would be amazing too. Thank you, Fish Fam. It's nice to be back. Looking forward to putting out some more content. Sorry that I've been away, but just wanted to catch up on my hobby. Enjoy your tanks. There's 3 over here. Let's move.